What's going on, everyone? This is Ralph here with Hidden Abilities, bringing you what I guess unfortunately is my last pack opening video. But before we start that, there's the thing I gotta fix up right first. I was gonna talk about some of the cards that I opened up from my very lucky Elite Trainer box, and talk about these few cards. Most of these are combinations of cards, and how I feel would work the best. And we're going to start off with Siglif here, with its Reflective Shield, and where if I use this move, I'm going to have him set up, and if you decide to attack Siglif that next turn when I have Reflective Shield up, your attacking Pokemon is going to get 5 damage, so 5 damage counters. So I looked at this card and just figured that this would be a really cool combo, assuming your opponent goes straight for the attack like that, or at least it'll second guess them from attacking. Basically, the Bursting Balloon is a Poké Tool that you'll put on a Siglif, and when you use Reflective Shield, if they attack you next turn, they'll take the 5 damage counters from Siglif, and then look at that number. Try to zoom that in. 6 damage counters from this thing. That is incredible. So 110 damage right off the bat for attacking. Now I'm pretty sure they'll pass up the opportunity like that, and then that's it. But I just thought it was an interesting combo. Then you've got Max Potions, which if you're a fan of your Mega Evolution or EX Pokemon, you're gonna want these as well. I highly recommend that if you're running a Max Potion, that you run things like Fisherman and the Super Rod, things that can get cards from your discard pile back to your hand or your deck, and have some draw power after that. The Return of the Pokemon Catcher. This is your 50-50% Lysander, essentially. But the difference between Lysander and this card is at least you have more uses with this in case you either fail or succeed multiple times. Why multiple times? Well, I mean, just like Lysander, you would use it on different turns, so there you go for that one. Next, we have Misty's Determination. Determination. Undertale references. Sorry. Anyway. So this one allows you to discard a card from your hand, and when you do, you look at the top 8, take one of them, and then shuffle the rest back. And you don't even have to reveal what that one card is. So, if a match went one way, and you looked at the top 8 cards before you shuffled everything back, you'd be like, oh dang, I needed this, but it wasn't going to come up in 6 turns. Well, this card is your best option for that. And I just love the fact that you can get any of the 8 cards that are there, and you don't even have to show your opponent. So, what dangerous tricks might you have? Alrighty. Next, I'm gonna do these two at the same time. But these two are the reprints of Sycamore and Tierno. The best draw power that you could possibly have ever. Again, when you run Sycamore though, personally I recommend running just 2, and then again having cards that bring stuff back from your discard pile. And then Tierno, well, the lovely draw 3. I mean, you cannot go wrong with drawing 3 cards in a single turn. Alright. Lastly, I've got a few other Pokemon cards that I want to go ahead and fan out here. And these guys really help out with either disruption or draw power. Let's start with Gibble. Gibble here has Never Enough, where for 1 fighting energy, you can discard a card from your hand, and when you do, you draw 2 cards. So it's a nice way to ramp up your hand speed if that's what you're looking for. And then you have Rattata, which Dangerous Suspicion allows you to draw a card, and then you can switch this Pokemon with one of your benched. I mean, that's pretty cool to help draw and get your stronger Pokemon out there if you have someone set up on the bench already, assuming you've already taken a knockout. And then we have Furfurrow, that's the best of both worlds. Collect, which allows you to draw a card, and then flip a coin for Tight Jaw, and you paralyze your opponent and give them 30 damage. So all these Pokemon are basic, and their HP is pretty dismal, so they're going to go out in a 1 hit or so. That is, unless you throw this in the mix. the Fighting Fury Belt gives your basic Pokemon 40 HP more than what's printed, and their attacks do 10 damage. Now, assuming that I'm correct here, correct me in the comments if this is true. But attacks of cards that have no damage, I'm under the assumption that it does give them damage, because 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Well, if it does no damage, then does it do 10? Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, these are some of the coolest cards here that I feel are going to be really important into the metagame for those who are trying to make new ideas. Other ideas to keep in mind is, I know a Darkrai deck is going to be in the works, and I believe, if I recall, it works with sleeping Pokemon. So having this as like a nice little tech card will help, because at any time on either player's turn, you can on each player's turn. Yeah, one time you can recover a sleeping Pokemon, and you also take 30 damage off of that as well. So this could probably slow out a Darkrai deck. I think it's fairly wise to do anyway. And then lastly, we have the Reverse Valley, which will favor Dark type decks and really shut down Steel types. The side that faces you right now here gives you 10 more damage to your Dark type Pokemon, whereas this side will lessen the Steel type moves of Pokemon by 10 as well. So really think about which side you want this facing. And that does it about this for this little bit of spotlight. And probably going to make this video very short here, and we'll get on with the real pack opening. All right, see you in the next one.